Hi. Normally I'm outside filming. Um, I am going to head outside. But this is my hearth altar, being as how I don't have a fireplace anymore. I turned my island and this is a cute little skull. It's made out of marble and it's got the beautiful shell inlay. You can't really see because, well, I've got my candles burning. I have an oil burner, my salt, my water, and then I'm burning some spells and incense here. On the other side, I have a different skull. This was the first one I bought 2 years ago, Halloween, and then the second one I bought TJ Maxx online. And as you see, that right there is my prosperity jar, and I love how the wax as just, I mean, I've definitely got to clean up the skull, but I love how it's colored. Um, I'm probably going to do a class on making a jar. It's a ball jar. It's filled with herbs, sand, salt, different things that remind me of prosperity. Obviously, money, coins, crystals, talisman. There it is, a pentacle in there. I also have cinnamon. I did the Knot of Nine spell. You can't see anything right now. And then it was wax sealed. And then I've had it, I'd say a good 5 years now. And yes, it has brought prosperity. Not the millions yet, but it's brought the type of prosperity that's important. A roof over my head, my military children safe, my grandchildren safe and healthy, my puppies happy, safe and healthy. The real prosperity. There I am making actually a potion. It's fragrancing my house, but when I'm done, it will be going in. I moved them on the other side of my kitchen. Well, it'd be one is in a dropper and one is in a sprayer. And yes, it's black. It's for protection. It's to spray in your windows or drop in your windows and your doorways. You're to do this on the inside of your house as well as the outside of the house, and it helps keep negative forces, negative energies, negative people, and negative things out of your house. And I will be doing a video on how to make this. I'll probably bring this right out to the Sacred Circle, show it what goes into making it. It's water from my well that's filtered because it's from the earth. Obviously, you can see cinnamon. There's fresh cloves, fresh bay leaves, sage, salt. I used white sea salt, allspice because I just like the smell, lavender oil, Spanish sage oil. So it's fragrances the house and keeps the nasties away. And then I make it as a potion and I sell it. I gift it to, friends and family, but I do sell my potions. If anybody is interested, um, let me know and I can get you a bottle. I have blue or green, and they're specialized glass bottles that help stop UV light from interfering with what's in it. And I will give you a brief explanation, ingredients as to what is actually in it and what it's used for and how to properly use it. You do not have to be Wiccan to use this stuff to protect your home from negative people, from negative things that you bought at a yard sale or at a flea market or at an estate sale or at a store in general. Anything that you buy and bring into your home, including appliances, should be blessed with a sacred oil and salt, because you have no idea how many people have handled the item and what their intentions were that day, how they were feeling. If they're, for instance, if they're child molesters or murderers, rapists, or just have ill hearts. You don't know what places it passed through. The Pocono Forest, for instance, is very haunted. I went through it coming home from Christmas. Eerie fog and just an eerie place. It's important to bless and keep the things that you bring into your home free of other people's energies. There's negative energies that are just flying around. There's negative energies because of people. There's negative entities that are in our realm and pop in and out of our realm. So, and it's also important to carry a little bit of it with you. And I can also show you how to do that to help when you go to places. So you will be alerted that this is a negative place and that you should not be here. But we'll get into that as the weather warms up. But that's what that is. I like to use little cups, little goblets, basically used for sherry, that type of stuff, and god awful elderberry wine that my grandmother used to serve in cups like that for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And yes, I was allowed to have a glass, but bleh. It was not something that I would, cooking maybe with it or using it in spell work, yes, but to drink it, bleh. If I'm going to drink wine, I'm going to drink wine that I like. So I use an array of glasses and candle holders. That right there is an older Princess House Crystal Fantasia collection. I have 2 of them. I think they're pretty. That right there is to, that's what they used to actually put salt in when they set the tables. I believe the Amish still use them, and it's just pretty, and that's what it's for. It's for salt. I have a shot glass over here. The little dice, believe it or not, are incense burners, and I have a thing with dice. I play a game called 10,000 that I played with my kids forever, and now I'm playing with my grandchildren. I also was gifted the soapstone oil burner, and the shape of it goes so well with the Princess House Crystal. This I made, and we'll be doing a class on making candle holders. There's artificial plants, which are fine to use. I also have dried plants. There's also some acorns, and then my dried flowers, and some potpourri, and I also everything was misted with a fragrant oil. So as the candle burns, it releases fragrance. Aromatherapy is very, very important. It doesn't just have to be coming from your oven or your stovetop. My daughter works around this. We keep it clean, and I use this when I burn Palo Santo or sage, and I try to do my house daily. Starting from my front door, going to my back door, and every room. So anyway, this is my hearth altar, and yes, that's a marble stone cutting board, Ouija board. No, I do not use Ouija boards, and yes, this was blessed before it came in my house as just a trivet dish, nothing more. Candles are pretty. I have reasons for the colors I use, and I just pick these up at Dollar Tree. They're absolutely beautiful. I use them for embolic. Everybody in my home had one burning in their room, and now I'm going to keep them here. They're the perfect size. It's very pretty. The candle holder, tall one in the back, is actually on older home interiors. I believe it's Lady Love. It was a Lady Love candle holder, votive holder. And the one in the back is Party Light. The bottom is Party Light, and so is the votive cup. And they ended up here because they were mismatched, and I like using mismatched pieces to make an altar. Most of my candle holders outside are mismatched pieces that I pick up at yard sales. Again, they are always charged and blessed. Even the stuff I use outside in my flower gardens. Yes, I have candle holders in my flower garden when I'm doing spells to bless the land. And for midsummer, I like to light up my entire property. So not only is my deck lighted up, not only is the sacred circle, a Luna circle lit up, the teepee, the lanterns, but all my flower beds are lit up. I have lanterns hanging in the tree. Basically, the entire property is lit up for midsummer. It also was Naria's birthday, and she is a dog that I loved and that I lost on February 5th, 2016. And I like to honor my pets, remembering their birthdays and remembering when they went to the Summerland. It's important to remember those that we loved, those that we honor, and it's as easy as lighting a candle and saying their name, and I love you and I miss you. As we all know, I lost Luna on January 15th at 11:20 a.m., and it's still very raw and still very fresh, because she would be laying out here with me right now wondering why I'm talking to my phone. But I just wanted to show everybody. Oh, Siri heard me. This is my German Shepherd. Say hi, Siri. Hi. Hi, baby. And my other is in his kennel because these two don't always get along, and I'm home alone, and I don't ever want them to have a disagreement, and I'm not able to stop anything from happening. They're both grieving the loss of Luna, and now we also lost Shelby in June. So we lost our females. They both got to be, 13 years of age and passed away due to old age. Luna had diabetes, so I think that had a lot to do with it. Anyway, they're grieving, and the loss of the female energy is definitely felt. I believe a pack, if you're going to have more than one animal, you need to have the same amount, or we had 2 females, 2 males. Right now, me and my husband discussed, we're older, our daughter will be leaving home shortly, so what we would eventually like to do is have 1 female and 1 male. But we do need to introduce another female into this pack for her energy, and we prefer doing puppies, even though that's not always easy, and I know the shelters are full of senior dogs that need homes. But I like to have a puppy that I can mold, and I know there's pros and there's cons of having a puppy. There's pros and cons of having other animals, and maybe down the road we will think about fostering or getting an older dog. But right now I'm set on a puppy. It's just not time yet. But I do believe in keeping the energies equal in your home. Not always easy to do with people, but I try to keep the energies in my home and on my property as divine as I can. Female influence can be done through flowers. Male influence can be done through flowers, plants, trees, bushes, and shrubs. It's very easy. Using fruit trees, for example, it's important. And there's ways of doing it inside your home as well, bringing plants and growing herbs and things. And I don't mean the funny herb, but if you want to do that, it's legal to do now. Anyway, getting off that subject, I just wanted to show everybody what one of my indoor altars looks like. This is my kitchen altar, my hearth altar, because I don't have a fireplace. You're supposed to have an altar in the kitchen because the kitchen is where the family gathered around, and back in the day, there was always a big fireplace before ovens and stoves. When the family gathered around the table, there was a big fireplace and pots were hanging. And if you were lucky, you had two fireplaces. You had one in your kitchen where you had other pots hanging. So you could have your meat pot, your stew cooking on one, and you could have your vegetables and breads and stuff cooking in the other. And if you were really lucky, you had fireplaces upstairs, but most didn't, so they relied on the heat rising. And usually mom and dad slept downstairs and the kids got put up in the loft. That's why there were down feather pillows and wool to stay warm. I'm talking back in the day when the word hearth and home meant something, and that is what Wicca is all about, is going back to the traditions that molded the family unit and brought us closer together with nature and Mother Earth. And that is why I practice this. I don't look at Wicca as a religion. I look at it as a way of life, a good way of life, an honest way of life, sometimes a harder way of life. But for me, it works for me. And I hope as I go and teach more on this channel that it helps others connect. Like I said, I recommend it. Scott Cunningham, Laurie Cabot, Jarena Dunwich as great authors for just starting out. Silver Ravenwolf is also good, and she also has a book called Teen Witchcraft, which if parents are concerned, this would be a good book. It starts the basics. My rule was always I did not teach until 18 unless I had the consent of the parents, and then it was no spell casting unless you had an adult who actually knew a little bit about what you were doing. Witchcraft or Wicca or Wiccacraft is not evil. The church made it evil because this was the way we connected with the divine. And I can prove that when we're out in the woods. You will see the owl speak to me, which I did film. You will hear birds. You will see things. I have also filmed spirits and things because they are attracted, because this is how we used to live. We used to live in harmony with things. Like I said, the word hearth, home and hearth, used to mean something. So if you're interested in designing an altar in your kitchen, it does not have to be this big. You could just have one like this, or one like this, or one in the middle, or even something smaller. I go grand because I have children in the military and grandchildren that I constantly have candles burning for to keep them safe while they're away from me, keep them healthy, free from illnesses, diseases, viruses, accident, and misfortune, to draw positive into their life, good fortune, good health, prosperity, joy, love, and laughter. Those things are important, and when my children were growing up, those are the things that we had as a family unit, and those are the things that we stressed were important. You can also have little figures, as you see the little dog over there with the green eyes, wolf, or could be a wolf or a coyote or a husky, but dog is very important, and that's what it's representing, my connection with dog and their connection with me. So you can have little things like that. I also have fruit in my regular canisters. So I just wanted to jump on and show you one of my altars. And when I get my room and bathroom together, because I'm doing spring cleaning, getting rid of things, because it's good to do that, I will show you my grand altar, which I'm also moving to my altar room, which happens to be my daughter's room, but we're going halfsies, and she's interested in this anyway. So it's a good way for her to learn. My altar grew, so it needs to go in the room it was meant to be in. And then I have a smaller altar in there that I used a vanity for, which will be perfect for spell casting when I need to cast spells and need to keep an eye on candles, because you always should keep an eye on lit candles and lit incense, okay? And I don't believe I said anything that I shouldn't have said, but because everybody says this, I'll say this is for entertainment purposes only. And I will end with blessed be and merry, merry part, and may merry we meet again.